All right, so before I show you some of the curriculum things, I just wanted to share these little things I got at the dollar section at Target. So the first is these really cute balloon animal erasers that my 7-year-old wanted to get. And then these two little keychains. Not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I thought they were so cute. And I love pencils and apples for the beginning of the school year, which I know is a long way off, but they had the stuff now. And then these little flags, they only had up to 5th grade, which I thought was a disappointment because I would have definitely gotten senior year, sophomore year, 8th grade. That was the first thing. And then this book came, I ordered it. It's from the 2nd grade Christopherus. There was a list of a bunch of different fairy tale books from different countries. This one's not actually called this, but this is the version. It might be like fairy tales from Japan or something like that, but this is the author, and I couldn't find a used copy on thrift books. I don't think at all, but one that was less expensive, so I got this one. And in 2nd grade, hold on, I lost my scissors. There is a lot of fairy tale content for the Waldorf curriculum, so that will go with that. And what do we have in here? Okay, so I have battery for my key fob, my eyeliner. For my van, I need to replace the battery. And then this is the book I wanted to show you guys, Adventures of Jimmy Skunk. So one thing that I try to share, because I didn't realize this, is that Burgess has many tales. So a commonly used book in the Charlotte Mason curriculum organizations is like Burgess Book of Animals, Burgess Book of Birds, Burgess Book of the Seashore. But there's also like these little stories. So we got one of Jimmy Otter, or not Jimmy Otter, I don't remember, something Otter. This is Jimmy Skunk. There's one of Freddie Fox. So this was also recommended by Christopherus. So I want to give credit for that. And I always find it interesting when Waldorf and Charlotte Mason sellers, whatever, creators, recommend the same books. That's when I feel like, oh, it must really be good if you're having two different, although they obviously have a lot in common, groups telling that. So this is the first change I wanted to tell you guys about. So what happened is I've been really looking for a good language arts curriculum for my 7th grader turning 8th grader. And I had gotten the core knowledge, which I showed you guys in that 8th grade picks video. But what I didn't realize was that there's like 10 units and each one is only like 15 days. So, and this particular one is only short stories and poetry. So we will still be using this, and we will still be using the Harlem Renaissance one, but these are kind of more like discrete units versus a comprehensive language arts curriculum, if that makes sense. So I was looking for something else, and I was very pleasantly surprised to find that Christopherus has a brand new curriculum for 7th and 8th grade. And unfortunately, I can't show you any of it because the sample does not have, there's a sample on her website, which I'll link below. And it has a couple of pages, but it's not really, I don't know what to say. Like, you can't really get a good read on what's in it unless you read the description of the whole thing. So this is the teacher's guide, and it works for 7th and 8th grade, but I got the 8th grade language arts workbook, and it's designed to be used with different levels of student ability. And there's like 8 or so novels that you use, and it teaches grammar and how to write an essay and how to write a short story, all that type of stuff. And I will be making another video where I share with you guys the books So that will be one of my next videos, is like a middle grade novel haul. But this is a whole year's worth of language arts. And what I like about it is that it has the teacher guide. It tells you how to teach it. It tells you what to stay on top of, but it also has the independent student workbook. One of the things that I particularly personally struggle with is how Waldorf requires so much of the teacher and there's so little independent work, especially if I have other things that I need to do and leave the kids, like with my husband, appointments, things like that. So I really appreciate Donna creating these materials for older children. And that is part of Waldorf, right? Like going from the teacher, you're pouring from yourself. But as a mom of 6, that's something that's really hard for me. So I love it when I find things that align with my interests and abilities to work with my kids, because I want to give them an excellent education and I want to do things a certain way, but that's not always possible. We have to do what we're actually able to do. So this next box I'm opening off camera is notebooks. I got these from walmart.com. They were 45 cents each. I ordered the colors based on price. They had like $2 for black ones or something. I don't know, some weird algorithm stuff. So my oldest started, both of my girls are doing math this summer with Mr. D Math, and then one of them is taking government at the local community college, so I figured we'd need notebooks. We will, of course, get them, when their school supplies are in stock, but I wanted to get that ordered. So I have 2 more boxes to show you for today, and I've been waiting for these to come impatiently. And these ones aren't really earth-shattering. If you've been watching my other videos, you'll know, or probably could predict some of them. So this one is Memoria Press. So we have the 2nd grade charter curriculum manual. I had ordered the non-charter version, but the reason I ended up ordering this one is because I'm not using, let me just show you. So this is like the basic overview. And so the difference here is that if you get the regular Memoria Press one, you'll have things like Christian studies and other things that I'm not doing in there. So I really just wanted something that, as a mom, like I said, mom of 6, you open it and then what are we doing today? So we have everything scheduled here. And we are doing the Christopherus 2nd grade curriculum, but this is, how do I explain this? Like, I'm doing both of them at the same time, and I will do what makes sense on a day-to-day basis, but I have found that having this as like the backbone to what we are doing, and then incorporating like the literature and enrichment, and perhaps we will alternate with main lessons for Waldorf, or perhaps we will do the main lesson as the main thing and then skip some of these things. But in any case, when we're doing Latin, we will go in order, because I found it can be overwhelming to figure out, okay, so what part of Prairie School are we supposed to do today? And the Prairie School, the lit guides are very intensive, so I like having options. I hope this makes any sense and I'm not just confusing and overwhelming you, but this is the 2nd grade curriculum manual for Memoria Press, the charter version. I reordered the Geography 1 student book because I don't know where it is. And rather than driving myself crazy, I just decided to get it. This is for my 5th grader. Then we have the 2nd grade enrichment. This is about 3 times the size of the 1st grade one, so I'm not sure why that's the case, but that's kind of exciting. And this is the charter version. And so I originally got the wrong thing. I got the digital lesson plans, but it didn't have any of the questions. Which is what I wanted to share with you guys. So the reason that I bought this is because of this. So you read whatever the book is, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. It gives you an overview. Then you have questions for before you read. Then there is vocabulary, which you can do whatever you want with. Well, it probably tells you what to do with it, but I'm just saying, I'm giving you permission to do what you want. And then there are these extensive discussion questions. This is one of my favorite things about the Memoria Press enrichment, and I feel like what differentiates it from other programs is you really are getting the full bang for your buck. And here you can see there are the answers. And I did these in kindergarten and first grade with my student, and you would really be surprised what questions and things they can recall. It is amazing, and I really like it. And yeah, so I'll just flip back. I kind of got distracted there for a second. So that's the first part of the week. And then the second part of the week is where you're doing science, you're doing your art piece. It gives you background and stuff about that. And there is a separate enrichment guide. Then there's the poetry for the week. So that is that. And I am just so surprised at how thick this one is. I wonder why this is so much fatter than the prior years. Maybe there's just more questions. That's about twice as many questions as the first grade. But I digress. Then we have the latest Memoria Press catalog, which is cool. And then there is information about Memoria College. Someone had shared that they're doing this class, which if you've been watching me on Instagram, you know I'm interested in that. I didn't know these were 100 each. Interesting. Anyway, so I haven't seen this before, but I have seen discussion in the Facebook group. Then I also got the Book of Crafts, so that's too bad it's a little bit damaged, because I like having the option of doing it, and this is the Charter Edition. I think I had mentioned in comments before, oh, there is an Easter one in here. These are the... So it looks to me like these might be the original books. Oh, no, they're not. These are the charter books. There's a supply list, and there is a mom in the Facebook group who sells kits for these if you're interested. And this is the type of stuff that comes in here. So you could just use the templates. And I don't always do these faithfully, but I feel like it's really good to have for those days when I do have the energy or the foresight or what have you to be prepared and get it done. And of course, kids always like doing crafts, especially my kids. Well, I don't know about all kids, but mine do. Then we finally have Swallows and Amazons. This was a CMAC book, which I never got around to even purchasing. This is also, I think, a fourth grade book from Memoria Press. One of the books that's assigned. This is part of a series. I have no idea what it's about, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Someone just scored the whole set at a thrift store I saw recently. Interesting. So anyway, that I hope to read aloud this year. That's been on my list for a while. I just haven't gotten to it. And then I got two more things in this box. An old-fashioned Thanksgiving. And I think this was also a fourth grade book. I think that's why I got it. If you saw one of my prior videos, I printed out the lesson plans and I said I'm going to read those things. So I'm trying to actually get the books because if I don't have them, they don't get read. And then I got the second grade art cards. I would prefer the 8.5 by 11, but they cost substantially more. So I'm trying to at least do something. And these are assigned loosely by week. By theme in the enrichment lesson plan. So like the week that you're looking at the swan painting, you might be reading a book about birds or something like that. Not always perfectly on theme, but I think it's interesting when they match up. So that is my last minute Memoria Press stuff that I was waiting for. And then I have one more box. Which is from BookShark. And this is the level F, I think. So this is the water book. And I already had some of the materials, which I have, ironically, mentioned in another video. So I just ordered the books that I don't have since they changed the science a few years ago, so some of the things have changed. I thought this would be interesting, especially if you're a Charlotte Mason or Ambleside Online family and you did a drop of water. My son did that, so I thought this would be probably interesting to him. I also got him the Eastern Hemisphere notebook pages. I have the whole Eastern Hemisphere level, which I've talked about in, it has its own video, which I'll try to remember to link below. We're not doing the books yet. We may do them next year for 6th grade. I'm not sure. It's a lot to do with multiple students if you're reading aloud to them versus them reading a lot independently. But I thought that he would really like learning about the different countries in the Eastern Hemisphere from the Eastern Hemisphere book itself. I don't remember if it's called the notebook or not, but I have that separately. So that's that. And then the last thing in this box is the activity sheets for science. Like I said, I already have the level science. Before it was called science, F, it was called level 5. So I have that whole thing, but they changed a few books. So I didn't get the new instructor's guide. I hope I will be able to just go off of the activity sheet pages. If not, we'll see what happens. But I think that's it. Yeah, that is all I got. So those are the new things. So just to recap, I had mentioned before, my son likes doing the BookShark science independently. So I got that for days particularly where it's harder for me to have a lesson on science and I want him to get it done, or when I want him to work independently as a 5th grader. We got the Christopherus 8th grade language arts because the core knowledge language arts has these discrete units, which is not exactly what I was looking for. And then we have a bunch of Memoria Press like last minute things that we didn't have. So he will be doing this geography and the Eastern Hemisphere. So hopefully those will complement each other because these things are also all in the Eastern Hemisphere except for Europe. So there's that. And then I started getting the read alouds, and I will be looking also at readers for 2nd grade. I think we're pretty good on 5th grade, though I may get a couple more adventure-y things as time goes on. And I will show you the Christopherus novels in future videos. So I think that is it. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. And if you like this video and all of the random things that I pull together, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.